I really think if she just came up here and just said, you're wrong, it shouldn't be the number one priority of our species to end death, it should be other things, then I wouldn't have made this video. So hello to everyone. This is my third time trying to record this video. I saw this video of Bryan Johnson a few days ago, and they brought Bryan Johnson, the guy that is trying to fight death or some shit, and they brought it on Jubilee with 20 skeptics, which when I watched this video, it was a really wholesome video. There was not a lot of yelling and fighting, and I thought it was a pretty productive and informational, if that's a word, video. Beside this one lady that was really fascinating to watch her and share her experience or ideas about what she thinks of Bryan Johnson's statement. Obviously, I don't agree with everything that Bryan Johnson is saying, but I think this is one of the few videos of Jubilee that people are not killing each other.
Wants to die right now.
What have you done to change those brutal conditions in society? You're a person who has literally hundreds of millions of dollars, and you spend $2 million every year trying to look younger. And honestly, you look your age.
Hi, my name is Bryan Johnson. I've spent millions of dollars trying to reverse and slow down my biological aging. I've also swapped blood with my son. Today, I'm surrounded by 20 anti-aging skeptics. My first claim, ending death should be humanity's #1 objective.
Why? In this video, he actually talks about a species of jellyfish, right? That is immortal, right? They live for fuck all, and it's cool. I mean, good for them. But the other thing is the reason that there is not bajillion of those jellyfish is because they have predators. There are preys of a lot of animals, sea turtles, other larger jellyfish, even sharks. So yeah, what I'm trying to say is humans don't have any predators, right? We're in a safe society, kind of. Anyway, I'm gonna skip these people because, as I said, a lot of these people sound educated, or they're sharing an amazing experience that they had in their life. But this lady is just she's someone else. Like, the way she talks it's fascinating to me. So here she is gonna.
Do you realize how much money this will save us?
What's that?
I just built a budgeting app with
Hey, Chelsea's gonna come up.
Hi, Bryan. My name is Chelsea Godds, and I sit across from you today. I think I'm going to say the thing that a lot of people in this circle are thinking. It's easy when you're rich.
Chelsea Godds. Is that an actual last name? I don't know.
Care about not dying. Most people spend all day, every day, also caring about not dying because they're living paycheck to paycheck. 60% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Being poor is the story of humanity across the whole globe. I think listening to a man who doesn't know what it's like, how he's going to make rent next month, that to some of us, it feels pretty strange to hear you tell us that we're not focused on being alive. I think every person here is struggling to be alive every single day. I think most people in this country are struggling to be alive every single day. And when they smoke a cigarette, it's not about whether they want to die. It's about enjoying that moment. I'm talking to a man who publicly has said that you eat pureed food every day.
I think if she just came up, right, and said, ending death shouldn't be the number one priority of humans' objective, and said like, I don't know, we care about so many other things. But the way she's speaking, it's kind of trying to make you, I don't know, feel bad about living. Like, look, we all shit. Like, we all living in a shed hole, in a bad society, and we all poor as fuck, right? So we shouldn't eat healthy. Because I'm saying we shouldn't be healthy because I watched this video, and she's gonna get to this point, but I think her demeanor is just trying to be oppressed. Yeah.
And you're telling me, a normal human being who is like
Are you normal?
everyone else, struggling financially and whatnot, how I should be living my life. And I think there's something that's really disconnected about that. I also think that it's really false of you to claim that people are focusing their life on dying, when really all of us are focusing on surviving. That's why we're here. Every one of us is here today because we're surviving. We don't go to McDonald's and think, oh, this is killing me. We go to McDonald's because we don't have enough time in the day to make dinner.
As a person, as a 23-year-old human, I live by myself and paycheck to paycheck. I still cook at home, you know, because if I go to McDonald's, it's going to be more expensive, right? Unless I'm eating only one meal a day, then I guess, yeah, then I'm saving money, but I'm not trying to obviously off myself, and I want to be healthy. Sure, I cannot buy expensive, I don't know, fruits or I don't know, whatever expensive organic foods are, but I can buy rice and chicken and make those, and I can buy tuna, you know. I don't know, I think eating rice and chicken or rice and tuna is much healthier than eating McDonald's every day.
Because we can't afford to go to the grocery store and buy a $20 steak, because we can't shop at Erewhon and get $40 of strawberries, you know? So I think a lot of us are here wondering, what does you, a person who's rich, who doesn't know what struggle is like, and who also talks about the fact that you use your own son's blood, have to add to us as humanity?
Yeah. Hi, Chelsea.
Hey.
Yeah, I grew up with 4 other siblings, single mom. My mother made my clothes because we didn't have enough money for her to buy clothes for me. I went to school and I got made fun of because my clothes didn't fit and they were awkward. I didn't have money my entire life. I became an entrepreneur. I struggled for 14 years with no money whatsoever. So I understand what it feels like to have no money. I know what it feels like to be poor. So I've been through that. I also was chronically depressed for 10 years. I wanted to commit suicide desperately. I really would have committed suicide.
Yeah, but you're rich now, so we don't give a shit about your past. You're rich now. I'm wondering if Bryan Johnson was a middle class, right, and was doing a Jubilee video like this one, what would she say? Because her main point is, you're rich, I want to eat McDonald's, fuck you. Kind of.
Had it not been for my 3 kids, I felt like I had a responsibility to them. So I understand struggle. I understand pain.
Yeah,
I was 50 pounds overweight. I was in a terrible shape. And so I understand what it's like to be that way. My argument is not to criticize you or anyone else. What I'm arguing is that companies have built their products to make you addicted and to make you ill.
I think also the other thing is people are judging him for what he is instead of trying to talk about the statement itself, right? So she's saying all these and saying like, you're rich, so fuck off, right? But that's not even what the statement is about. right? I really think if she just came up here and just said, you're wrong, it shouldn't be the number one priority of our species to end death, it should be other things, then I wouldn't have made this video. So
that's the core thing I'm trying to say, is that the most powerful economic engine in all of history, the American economic engine, has pointed itself at creating addictive foods and phones and social media and porn and junk food.
Do you not think that you're addicted to trying to stay alive? Do you not think that that's an addiction? Do you think not doing face fat?
Fuck you, you know. Why are you judging other people on America's the society that they're trying to make addictive shit? Fuck you.
Fat injections in your face, constantly doing plastic surgery. Do you not see that as an addiction yourself?
No, I view it as a pursuit, and we're trying to figure out how.
So if I change the name of my addictions to a pursuit, then maybe you'll think that it's socially acceptable?
I think that we share something.
Who cares about what society accepts or doesn't accept? The point is, no, I don't think, like, if I was there, right, I'll say, no, I don't think the number one priority should be ending death, because we all gotta die. Like, at some point, we all gotta die. That's how we have evolved for, I don't know, 500,000 years or millions of years. That's how we have evolved to be this, right? To be a Homo sapien that can create so many stuff.
And want to exist if the conditions of society were not so brutal. It's not fair.
What have you done to change those brutal conditions in society? You're a person who has literally hundreds of millions of dollars, and you spend $2 million every year trying.
You have money, you have to give it to us. Instead of spending it on these shits, you have to give it to me, because I deserve it, and I just want to go eat McDonald's, and I don't have time to cook stuff at home. So fuck you.
Look younger, and honestly, you look your age.
Yeah.
Like, that's the reality, and I'm not even the first person to say that. So what are you doing to make humanity better, really, other than pursuing your own vanity?
Yeah, well, I share everything I learn from all the scientific evidence with everybody for free.
But it's scientific evidence from your own body, right? So the study isn't terribly useful to the general population, because a black woman isn't going to have the same biometrics as a 48-year-old white man. So, I mean,
what is she upset about? He's spending his own money, I assume. I don't know. I didn't do my research, so sorry about that. He's spending his own money to help science. Good or bad reason, I don't know. But it's his money. What are you upset about? I don't really get it. It's like, why are you spending your own money on your own project and the thing you care about? Spend it on me. Gotta afford McDonald's tomorrow.
in some ways, it's kind of a selfish pursuit that you're trying to make it seem like it's altruistic. I feel like that's the disingenuous part of this conversation, is that you're coming at it from an argument of altruism, but I see it, and I think a lot of people in this room today see it as selfishness and greed to try and hold on to life as much as you can. So
you selfish piece of shit, spending your own money on the thing that you love. Fuck you. You know? You piece of shit. You care about collecting, I don't know, what do people collect? Pokemon cards? Fuck you, you selfish piece of shit. Spending your own money on something you care and love? You greedy, selfish piece of shit.
7 to 8 hours a night of sleep is good for.
And that's something that rich people get to do and poor people don't get to do. Do you think rich people are working overnight shifts? They're not.
Yeah, you need to give me a little space to respond.
Sure, of course.
Okay, so you did the other thing you were saying about my son's blood. So the reason that came about is my father is now in his early 70s. He has cognitive decline. He called me one day and he said, Brian, I'm suffering that I can't now complete basic.
But I don't give a shit about your dad because you're rich now and you can help him. So fuck you. Your opinion doesn't matter anyway.
Work projects. I'm losing my mind and I'm terrified. I said, Dad, my team and I are doing research on cognitive decline. There's a new therapy of exchanging plasma. If it would be helpful to you, I'd be happy to do this. So I did the plasma exchange for my dad because he's losing his mind. Now my son said, hey, Brian, Dad, if you're doing this, I'm happy to do it too. We'll make it a tri-generational thing. It wasn't me and my son, it was me doing it for my father. The press, of course, makes headlines of that, and they make you believe that I'm a nefarious actor. That's not the case.
But it's not really just the press doing that, because you walked into this room and that was one of the very first things you said about yourself. You wore it like a badge of honor. And I think that you do that because it's controversial. To sit there and say that that label is given to you by the...
Controversial. Isn't it controversial? I don't know. You know, it's my second language. English is my second language, so I shouldn't be the one judging her, so...
is a little bit disingenuous because you gave that label to yourself and you did it to be shocking. You did it to make headlines yourself. So to put that onto the press, I actually think is really disingenuous. Thanks.
The first statement was this. It was, ending death should be humanity's #1 objective. I don't agree on that, which is fine. Some people agree, so good for them. We may be the first generation not to die. I don't really care that much. I think life is beautiful because we're gonna die, you know. I think it was this part of, it was this part in Life something. I don't remember the name of the show. It was, it's like from 3 years ago. Ricky Gervais was the director, and there was this part that he was saying, like, life is beautiful because you can only do it once and it doesn't repeat, right?
So if you're watching a movie and you're really enjoying it, something with Kevin Hart in,
Yeah.
and someone points out that this will end eventually, do you just go, oh, forget it then, what's the point, and just turn it off?
No, because I can watch it again.
Well, I think life is precious because you can't watch it again.
Is that no one should ever eat fast food.
About us, it turns out we actually have something more in common than I thought, which is that we're both billionaires. Just kidding, I'm not. It's that we're both ex-Mormons. So I do think that's really funny.
Did you see what she did there? She made a joke.
I recognize a lot of ex-Mormon tendencies in you because moderation is a huge part of that religion. So it's funny that I feel like that you took one thing and you changed it into, being obsessed with your health. The claim that nobody should ever eat fast food is an easy claim to make when groceries are affordable to you. The claim that you can never eat fast food is an easy claim to make when you're not working double shifts, when you're not working overnight. The reality is, the reason why people eat fast food is not just because they like it, it's because their lifestyle doesn't lend to the ability to spend time either purchasing expensive, healthy food or preparing the food themselves.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yes. A lot of people have 2 jobs or 3 jobs, so they have to kind of use their money to buy the cheapest thing, which is fast foods, I guess. Like instant food that is cheap is just fast foods, right? Because if you come home and try to cook, yes, it does take time. And as a person who lives paycheck to paycheck, I cook at home, right? I cook like twice a week, right? It takes only 1 hour. I make big rice. I make a chicken stew and just eat those for lunch and dinner for 3 to 2 days. And if my chicken finishes, right, then I eat the rice with tuna. So, like a tuna can, right? So, I think it is doable, and it's much healthier for you and your body. And honestly, I used to eat a lot of McDonald's because, I was in my early 20s. I'm still in my early 20s, but anyway. And I didn't feel good about eating it, right? Like, I wouldn't poop for like 3 days if I had a quarter pounder fucking McDonald's. So, I don't know what she's upset about.
Time is such a constraint in modern society. I think that a lot of the things that you claim, as much as you try and sound egalitarian, generally are for the wealthy. I think not eating fast food is a habit that wealthy people have. We're here in LA. No one who lives in Beverly Hills is eating fast food. But all the normal people who are showing up to construction sites every day, they are. because that's what real life looks like.
No, I think it's because when you're rich, you care too much about your life. So you would do anything but eat something unhealthy, right? I mean, look at the CEO of McDonald's. He has bajillion of dollars, and he didn't want to eat the McDonald's, so because he cares about his health. If they wanted to buy food from outside, they would buy something that is healthy, right?
And I think that there's something very classist about a rich person telling a bunch of regular people, well, you guys, you shouldn't have fast food. Well, that's easy for you to say when you always can have food on your table. That's an easy claim when you always have food on your table. So what do you say about that I'm saying that this is a classist claim?
So I'm saying that fast food companies have used the best science to create the perfectly addictive food with the right amount of fats, proteins, and sugars. It hits a peak dopamine moment in the brain. So they are addicting people to their food. It is a methodical process, and when people eat that, they get themselves in a vicious cycle.
So you think people are addicted to Subway?
Yeah.
I mean, he's not saying anything to attack anyone, in my opinion. He's just sitting there, he's saying, I think you all shouldn't eat fast food because it's addictive, tons of sugar, it's fucking processed as fuck, and it's unhealthy for you and your body and for your mental health and physical health, right? But I don't know why she feels attacked, right? It's fascinating. I think it's just sad to sometimes like watch these type of videos. It's like, what are you fighting for? You're fighting for being unhealthy, right? I'm sure none of those people in the background are bajillionaires. They don't have millions of dollars. Not all of them. Maybe some of those people are living paycheck to paycheck. But the reason they're raising the fucking red flag is like there is nothing educational from this conversation. I think she's just trying to personally attack him. But I mean, she made some good points.
I just made money very recently in my life. I was poor for most of my life. So the thing you're saying, I get it.
That doesn't matter because you're rich right now and I'm not. And your opinion shouldn't matter anymore.
In there, I've done it.
So what's your solution then?
Yeah, you can actually buy food. You can actually prepare food. You can take food with you. It is not
so you are suggesting that people who have a very limited constraint on time can do the things that you can do. And again, I proffer that is just simply not the case.
It's not the thing. So I'm not suggesting people can do what I do. What I'm saying is, as a society, we should stop demanding poison, and we should punish the companies who are giving us poison. It makes everyone worse.
Okay, I'm going to be real here. I actually love fast food. In fact, I eat it probably at least once every 2 weeks. I spent a significant portion of my adult life as a vegetarian. So a lot of my time from the ages of 20 to age 37 were spent limiting what kind of food I put into my body. And I can tell you that as a person who no longer is a vegetarian and no longer limits my diet, I'm happier. When I'm not constantly thinking about food all the time, I am more satisfied in my existence. I think encouraging people to spend a significant portion of their time being stressed about their diet is actually counterintuitive to what you claim to be a proponent for, which is life. Because I think constantly being worried.
I'm sorry. Life itself is stressful, right? A different amount of stress for different people, right? So you cannot be stress-free in your life because that's just what life is. We all trying to survive every day, right? Even for someone who is like extremely rich, they are somehow in some portion of their life they're surviving to be better or to do something. So that's one. You cannot just eliminate stress from your life. She thinks if she stops thinking about what she puts in her asshole, she'll stop worrying. And she'll be stress-free, you know. And why shouldn't you think about what you're eating? I don't know. I'm not claiming I'm an extremely healthy person, but I mean, I try my best to see or watch what I'm eating, you know. So And I mean, I don't even eat a lot of different types of food. As I said, chicken and rice and tuna. So I feel like if you're poor, you don't have much to, think about. It's like, oh, chicken, rice, tuna.
About every single thing that we put in our bodies can actually have really negative impacts on our psyche and our well-being. And as a person who, again, spent 17 years reading the ingredients of everything, poring over what was in a package that I was eating, I can tell you that the freedom that I feel not having to think about that is actually wonderful.
I think about nothing now, actually. I don't limit myself. Yesterday, I went to this McDonald place, and they served me shit, and I didn't want to damage my psyche, so I decided to stop asking questions and not worry about what's in front of me, and I just ate the shit. I have had horse shit, I've had bat shit, I have had dog shit, and Jack, my son's best friend, also served me his shit. So I've had Jack shit, and I didn't try to limit myself. I'm so happy. Unhealthy as fuck, but happy. Because I'm not limiting myself. I might just sound like a hater, I don't know.
And do I like fast food? Hell yeah, I do. Do I eat it all the time? No. I think that moderation is an important part of life. So not only do I think that there's like a classist part of this, I also think there's an enjoyment part of this. And in some ways, I know that you've been told by other people that you don't live your life, and I kind of agree. I think you spend most of your life being worried about a lot of things. I think you wake up in the morning being worried about being old. You wake up in the morning being worried about...
Yeah, but why are you attacking him? I agree with him. With her. I think, yes, he does worry about all these stuff, right? There is a reason he's trying to fight it, or come up with something that does help him or his dad or his son to live longer. But that's not what we're talking about. The statement is no one should ever eat fast food. Maybe the statement is too harsh, right? But what he's trying to say is fast foods are poison, right? And we should stop eating these poisoned fast foods, and we should, I don't know, change the world to eat healthy fast foods, right?
Put in your body, you puree your food and eat it like a baby, and people don't want to do that. You know what I do want to do though? Sometimes eat a freaking chicken sandwich from the drive-thru. I just think thinking about your food all the time is negative. Do you think it's negative?
So first, I hope it feels good to vent.
I don't think I'm venting. I think that I'm being direct.
I think, you are being direct. I understand your anger.
I don't think I'm being angry. I think that that's like you saying that because I'm a direct and loud woman. I think that's actually a really rude generalization.
Okay.
When did he ever say loud woman? He said, well, honestly, we don't know, because they cut a lot of these videos in a certain way for us. So maybe he did actually call her a loud woman.
What I'm saying is I have been in those circumstances, and I don't buy the hypothesis that eating poison makes you happy. I don't think it makes the body happy. I think if you were to actually measure the body, I think the body would complain. Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you? I'm
Good.
Tatiana.
Hi, Tatiana.
So I wanted to know what your solution is, because I feel like it's been being beat around the bush. Like in an ideal world, we all have access to healthy, maybe even organic.
See, I feel like the way she's even asking her question is it makes you feel like, yeah, what is the way? I think just eating fast food is not good, and that's it. Anyway, that was my take on Jubilee and Bryan Johnson video, and yeah, that's it. How do I say goodbye? Yeah, bye. Yeah. Goodbye. Subscribe.